be talking about the book Allies up next on Gifted Guzman. Hello again. So today I'm going to talk to you about the book Allies by Alan Gratz. This book is what's called historical fiction. Historical fiction means that it's based on something that truly happened in history, but the author has taken some fictional liberties with it to make the story flow a little bit more smoothly and to make it a little bit more understanding for us, the reader. The thing about Allies is this is about a historical event called D-Day, which is a turning point in the war against Nazi Germany. And this actually takes place just in the course of that D-Day. That day when the boats are landing on the beach and all the things that are being coordinated so that this mission can go off and so that the Allies can then push forward and defeat Nazi Germany. We meet numerous characters in this book. The main character that we learn about and that we spend a lot of our time with, his name is D, and he has a connection to Germany. But I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to ruin the story. We also learn about some French resistance fighters and a mother and daughter team there. And we learn about some men who run the tanks. And we learn about some friendships and some ladies who help out the wounded on the beach. And we learn about the African American soldiers who are there, who are actually still being segregated because it's 1944 and it's 20 years before any kind of anti-segregation laws go into effect. So there's a lot that goes on in this story, a lot of historical pieces that we learn about through a fictional lens. So I want to read you a passage from this, a passage that stood out to me in this whole book, and it's towards the end. The street grew too crowded for the truck to move, and the driver laid on the horn and cursed. Beside the truck, Dee saw that a French cafe was open, and the owner was pouring free drinks for the liberating soldiers. Allied soldiers crowded around him, raising glasses and toasting each other. "Hey, no darkies served here," Dee heard someone say. One of the white American soldiers was standing in the way of a black American medic. Dee realized with a start that he knew him. It was Henry, the man who'd saved Sid's life on the beach, the man who had shown such amazing courage. "Hey, let him have a drink," Dee yelled from the truck. "He saved my buddy's life." But another white American soldier came up, and so did another, forming a wall between the black medic and the owner of the cafe. "Go find a colored restaurant," a white soldier told Henry. Dee tried to get up, to climb out of the truck and stand with the medic, but Dr. Monique said, "Non, non, non," and pushed him back down again. Dee saw Henry leave the cafe without a drink. The medic met Dee's gaze. As the truck lurched and moved on, Henry gave Dee an informal salute before turning and disappearing into the crowd. Dorothy looked from Henry back to Dee. "We've come so far together," Dorothy said, "but we still have so far to go." I thought that that was an important passage to read because it speaks volumes of where we all are in humanity and how much time we spend disliking one another for one reason or another when they had just come together to storm the beach and to help one another and to stop what they thought were atrocities of the way the Nazis were treating the Jews, and yet they turned around and treated African American soldiers the same way. So I felt like that was a powerful passage to read to you, and also that it makes a connection to what is continuing to go on in the world today. This happened in 1944, anti-segregation was in 1964, and we still have things going on today in 2020 where we need to do better. So I just think that this book brings those things to light and may help us to remember that we can all come together when we need to and when we want to, and maybe we should spend more time wanting to. So I want you to go and grab this book and pick this book up. It's Allies. You don't necessarily have to be a history buff to love this book. I loved this book because of the characters and the interactions between them and the friendships and their secrets in this book, and all kinds of things are going on, all kinds of empowerment and definitely some sadness as well. So please pick up Allies by Alan Gratz as your local library and definitely give it a read. I'm Gifted Guzman, and I'll see you next time.